Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to generate 30,000 Facebook group members. I'm going to show you how to build a Facebook group with more than 30,000 members. Now, building a Facebook group is something that I recommend a lot of Facebook marketers, Facebook advertisers do, because Facebook groups are one of the only places on Facebook where you still get a lot of organic reach. You know, if you're posting to your Facebook page, it's very unlikely that many of your Facebook page likes, the people that like your page, are actually going to see what you're posting. Whereas if you have a Facebook group, organic reach, engagement is just so much higher. You can post about your products, your services, your content, and it can really do fantastic things for your business. It has done absolutely fantastic things for your business. So my group is called the Facebook Ads Mastermind Group. I'll include a link in the video description so you go ahead and check it out. And you can see that right now I have 29,188 members, not quite 30,000, I know, but at the rate that my group is growing, I can assure you probably by the time that this video is edited and published, it will be over 30,000, hence the title of this video. And as I said, this group does fantastic things for business. I basically have 30,000 potential customers in my Facebook group. I'm the only one that's allowed to market to them. I know they're interested in what I have to offer. They're interested in Facebook advertising, because otherwise why would they be in a Facebook ads mastermind group? This is just an amazing community that does amazing things for my business. If you can build something similar with the techniques I'm about to share, it can do absolutely amazing things for your business as well. We get so much of our work through this group. So, okay, how do you go about building a Facebook group that has 30,000 members or even close to that sort of scale? There's a few sort of techniques that I've developed and discovered along the way that have worked really well. Because I've done this, by the way, in about 18 months, just over 18 months. It's not been a huge amount of time to get this group to the level where it is, where it's very significant. So the first thing I would mention is that you can invite people that like your Facebook page to join your Facebook group. And this is a technique I've talked about before, and it's one that I've used a lot and that's very important. So you can see down here on the right hand side, you can see, okay, so up here it says, look, Ben Heath, my group is linked to my page. That's something that you need to do to be able to invite members. You need to link your group to your page. I've got 123,000 people that like my Facebook page. And you can see here that Facebook have this little section here that says suggested members. So I can go ahead down this list and click invite member, click. Now, Facebook will let you do roughly 50 of those a day. They'll let you invite roughly 50 people a day, which might not sound like a huge amount, but 50 people a day adds up quite quickly. If the people that like your page are interested in whatever it is that, industry you're in. So for example, the people that like my page are interested in Facebook advertising. Otherwise, they wouldn't have bothered to like my page in the first place, okay? So it's highly likely that they would also be interested in a Facebook group that's all about the same topic. So provided your page and your group are very much linked, this is a great strategy. And if you can invite around 50 people a day, that number of people in your group will just go up and up and up, and quite quickly you could be looking at 1,000, 2,000 people in your Facebook group. Now, one thing that I get asked about quite a lot with this feature is sometimes this feature will disappear. Basically, Facebook just limits how much you can actually use it. So if you've been inviting lots and lots of members, Facebook will just remove that when you take a look at your Facebook group. That'll only be temporary. It'll disappear for a day, 2, maybe 3, and then it'll come back. So it's nothing to worry about, but just something to keep in mind is that may well disappear. The other thing to keep in mind is that to be able to use that technique, you need to be interacting as your page over here on the left-hand side, not as your personal profile. Okay, so you can click on this interacting as, and I could change that to my personal profile, for example, but I want to interact as my page. That's something you need to do to see your Facebook page likes as suggested options, as opposed to your personal friends. If you're interacting as your personal profile, then you will see your friends down here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If you don't have many Facebook page likes, you might be thinking, okay, great, well, you've got 123,000, so of course you could do this, but I've only got 200. That's fine. What I'd recommend is you start by inviting the people that already like your page. Perfect place to start. And then you can go about acquiring new Facebook page likes. Okay, I actually recommend that. For me, I found that the best way to grow a Facebook group is not to advertise the group directly, although we have done some of that. It's to advertise my Facebook page, generate a Facebook page like, which is a lot easier to do, a lot lower barrier to entry for people, and then convert that person to a Facebook group member. I've got a whole video tutorial that shows you exactly how to do that, exactly how to grow a Facebook group using that method. So I'll include that in the video description. Make sure you go through that to sort of go through that process in a lot of detail. I just want to quickly cover it as one of the best ways to grow a Facebook group here is to invite your Facebook page likes, and I've just mentioned some things around it. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is you want to make sure that you call your Facebook group something that is very obvious, very relevant, not only to your target market, but also to Facebook's, I was going to say search algorithms, but that's not really the right word, sort of delivery algorithms. I'll explain what I mean. So obviously, this is called a Facebook Ads Mastermind Group. If you're interested in Facebook advertising, you know exactly what that's about. Okay, that's going to be full of loads of other people that are advertising on Facebook, helping each other out, going back and forth, etc., etc. Okay, so it's self-explanatory. That's good. But also, because I've got the word Facebook ads in there, it also means that when someone is searching for a group, let's say they want to join a Facebook group, they've just started Facebook advertising, they don't know what they're doing, they're thinking, I want to connect with a community of like-minded people that can help me out. They might go into Facebook groups, into the search function up here, and they might search for Facebook ads. Well, my group is going to pop up, is more likely to pop up because I've got the word Facebook ads in the name. Now, this is something that didn't really have any effect when I was growing my group when it was very small, because I wouldn't have ranked highly. There'd be lots of other groups that were above mine. But as my group has grown, and as I've now got just shy of 30,000 members, I now rank very highly, and this is something that really helps my group grow fast. So, for example, I'm using the invite technique to get it started, and then organic growth, and because of the size of my group, has really helped it take off, and that's why we're generating 3,000-4,000 new members every single month at the moment. It's absolutely taking off, which is fantastic. So that's something I would strongly recommend that you do, is just make sure that you call your group something that is obvious to both you and that can be found by Facebook search. The next thing is that your image up here really wants to sell your Facebook group. Okay, really wants to sell the Facebook group. When people are searching, this is something they're going to see. So it wants to be something that, again, gets the message across and emphasizes the benefit that your Facebook group has to offer. So this is called the Facebook Ads Mastermind Group. I've got here, don't be this guy, a guy sort of, he's really frustrated. The idea is he's really frustrated with his Facebook ads. They're not working properly. He's going mad. He's smashing his laptop. He's so frustrated. I'm saying, don't be this guy. Instead, save yourself years of trial and error by learning from the experiences of others. That's what a mastermind is all about. That's what this group is going to help people do. So it really helps, this image really helps sell what this group is all about. The next point number 4, is to really engage as the group owner a lot within your group. Okay, I think this is really, really important. You don't want people to come into your group and just never engage, never get involved, never do anything. So anyone that joins my group gets a welcome message. Okay, so I can probably find the latest welcome message from today. Here we go. Welcome to my Facebook Ads Mastermind Group. And I give them access to a free resource, get involved, ask your questions, and I tag all the people that have been involved that have joined in the last 24 hours or however long it's been. Okay, so that's the first thing. Every new person gets a welcome message, which is really easy to do. And Facebook have this little tool over here. So I have 8 new members in the last however long since I published. Write a new post to welcome them. So I click write post. Facebook will automatically tag those people when I click write post in my welcome message. Something that really helps. You also want to answer people's questions. If they're asking questions, answer them, get involved, leave comments. One thing I like to do that I've started doing relatively recently, I used to do this a lot more, is these live trainings. So I'm actually holding one, as I'm recording this video, I'm actually holding one this afternoon. And it's a live training. This is specifically for Facebook ads agency members in my group, because there's a lot of people in my group that are agency members. And I'm doing this all about the coronavirus stuff and, what people should be doing agency-wise with all this going on. So I've got an image here and I'll be doing a live training this afternoon. So I'm very much active in my group and I encourage activity and community, because I think when it comes to you being found in Facebook as a Facebook group, engagement rates and activity levels are really going to play a big, big factor in that. Okay, if Facebook can see that people are really loving your stuff, they're really getting involved, they're commenting, they're sharing posts, they're leaving comments, etc., that's going to make a big, big difference to how many new group members you get. It's also going to make a difference in terms of how valuable your group members are to you. If they barely know you from Adam, then it's unlikely that they're going to actually go on to become customers. But if you're in there doing live trainings, communicating with people, they know who you are, they know you're an expert, they're far more likely to work with you to buy your products, buy your services, etc. One thing that I'd recommend doing when growing a Facebook group that we did fairly late on, and I wish I'd have done it earlier, was we turned on post approval. Okay, so it's not just me that manages my group. I have team members, moderators that go through this, but you can see one post needs approval. Anyone that joins, that wants to post in my Facebook group, my Facebook Ads Mastermind group, their post has to be approved by me or one of my team members first. And we did this because groups have a tendency to become very spammy if you don't. Okay, so you have people just trying to sell stuff, just trying to spam people, and that can really put people off your group. That can reduce the level of activity. And again, that's going to then impact on your ability to grow the group and to keep people engaged. Because if every time they come on your group, there's just spam, people pitching their products, services, that's going to turn people off. It's not something you want. So that's something I'd recommend you strongly recommend that you do. And then finally, another method that I've found really useful in growing my Facebook group, and this will have more of an impact depending on what stage of business you're at, is to make sure that anytime someone enters your world, your online world, or even your offline world, make sure they know about your group and they're invited to join it. Okay? So for example, I'm just going to jump into an email autoresponder of mine. Whenever someone opts in for my 5-part Facebook ad template, which is a free lead magnet that I give away, and you probably, if you're watching my YouTube videos, you may have seen me talk about it at the end, saying, go ahead and grab this free thing. In my auto email responder that basically says, hi, welcome, this is who I am, I say this, look, hey, and then first name, my name is Ben Heath, I'm the CEO of Lead Guru. I wanted to take a second to say hello and welcome. I also wanted to invite you to join my free Facebook Ads Mastermind group. So anyone that joins my email list, boom, they get an email with a link to my group. And I'm also selling the group here. If you run Facebook ad campaigns for your company or work for an agency, this group is the perfect place to get your questions answered. Go ahead and join it now and fire away with your Facebook advertising questions. We're happy to help. So I'm not only saying, look, you're invited to it, but here's why you should go ahead and make the effort to do so. And that makes a big difference for me in growing my group, because I have, let's say 2,000 to 3,000 people join my email list every month. I mean, it depends, obviously, if we run ad campaigns specifically for that, then that's going to increase. But sort of from my YouTube channel and other areas, people are going to opt in. That's roughly the rate at which my email list is growing right now. Well, a lot of those people are going to jump over and become Facebook group members of mine. So obviously, you may not have as many people, you may not be running any sort of lead magnets, but you could put it in the, in the sort of contact information of your emails, the footer of your emails. You can put it on all sorts of places. You could put a link to your group on your website. There's all sorts of things you can do to promote your group and make sure it's not just a case of you're just doing the one thing, but you've got it everywhere. So anytime someone watches a video of yours on YouTube or connects with you on LinkedIn or checks out your website, there's links to your group to get people in. Because as I said, a Facebook group is such a fantastic and valuable resource. I strongly recommend doing that. I think it's well worth the time it takes. Okay, so hopefully that video has been useful. Before you go, a couple of things I want to quickly mention. The first is a free webinar that I've created called 3 Killer Facebook Advertising Strategies to Double or More Your Revenue. And this webinar is really fantastic. We've had thousands of people watch it. The feedback has been amazing. And in this webinar, I break down 3 Facebook advertising strategies, 3 different sales funnels that we use as a Facebook ads agency. And these sales funnels are so tried and tested. I mean, we've generated more than $1 million with every single one of them, sometimes even on a monthly basis for clients that are operating with a high budget. So they're very much tried and tested. They work fantastically well. And I've got 3 different strategies because you need different strategies for different businesses. So if you're an e-commerce business, you need a different strategy to if you're selling info products, to if you're selling real, face-to-face services. Okay, so you can go through that webinar and you can work out exactly what strategy you should be using for your products and services specifically, which is such an important key to Facebook advertising success. I mean, if you, it doesn't matter how specific your targeting is, how engaging your ad creative is, if you're not using the right strategy for your business, there's no one size fits all, then your Facebook ad campaigns will not work. So go ahead and check that out, completely free. It's about 60, 70 minutes long, and I think you'll find it well worth the time. Okay, that's the first thing I mentioned. Second thing is my Facebook Ads Mastermind group that I've already mentioned. Make sure you go ahead and join. If you're interested in Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising, there'll be a link in the video description. I'll probably pop a link in the comments below as well. Make sure you go ahead and get involved, not just for seeing how I grow a group, but also just to benefit from the fantastic people in there, from my live trainings, etc. Okay. One last thing I want to mention, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below. I always really appreciate that. Got any questions? I get to all the questions on my YouTube channel. Please pop them in the questions below. Like this video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Facebook advertising, Facebook marketing related videos. I release usually 2 a week. And I do my very best to make sure they're as valuable for you guys as possible. They're all based on real world stuff that we do with our own business, that we do with our clients. So subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell notification when you do to make sure you're actually notified when I publish a new video. And yeah, hopefully that helps you get better results from Facebook ads, which is what I am all about. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.